This video is brought to you by G2A.com. Check out the link in the description for cheap games. A few days ago I touched on the potential updates coming for Star Wars Battlefront in the January update, and since then DICE have released the said update with some tweaks to the game as well as a road ahead for exactly what content we can expect to see from Battlefront, and I'm going to walk you through all that now, so let's get going. The latest update is a good a place to start as any, and a lot of the features we talked about in the previous video have actually made it into this update, plus some more. Daily challenges and community events are in, as well as private matches functionality. We talked about that, and it's really great to see for content creators and community events. We also do get some new Hoth themed hero outfits for Luke and Han, and they're available when playing as those heroes on the Hoth base levels. As well, we get a little bonus. The Tatooine Survival Map has been updated to allow multiplayer game modes. Blast, Droid Run, Drop Zone, Hero Hunt and Hero vs Villains game modes will now all be available on this map, and it will go by the name of Raider Camp, and it's a nice welcome addition to the game. Now, as well as that new content, we've got a load of balance changes and gameplay tweaks with this new update, as you'd expect. Boba Fett has probably been the biggest loser. His damage over distance has been lowered, and his wrist launcher's explosion radius has been decreased. I think it's fair to say that most people did think Boba Fett was a little too good. His missile also no longer locks on. Han Solo got some of the same treatment with his damage over distance lowered as well. Unfortunately for these two professionals, it wasn't just them that got a nerf, their beloved ships also got one as well. Both the Millennium Falcon and Slave One had their health decreased by 30%. That means that now they're going to be significantly easier to kill in Fighter Squadron. If you picked up one of the hero ships and you weren't stupid and you didn't crash into anything, you could go the whole game, get like 20 kills without even taking a scratch. So I'm kind of glad that they've reduced their health. Plenty of weapon and star card changes too. Smart rockets and ion torpedoes have had their lock-on distance decreased. That's great because there are some game modes and maps where that was a problem. Say for example on Hoth, you're playing Walker Assault, you're a rebel, you can get up to that middle rock, and as soon as the ATST spawn you can just start raining lock-on shots and they're basically dead before they've even left the spawn. So that's going to fix that problem hopefully. And a lot of people are going to be upset with this. The beloved DL44 has had its overheat tweaked, as well as its fire rate reduced from 250 to 180, but I think we all saw that one coming. If you want to see a full list of changes, check out the link in the description below, and there's like a whole page of patch notes and detailed information there if you're interested in looking at it. All this is pretty good in my opinion, but what about new content down the line? What can we expect? Well, firstly, in February, we'll be getting a new survival mission on Hoth, as well as a brand new multiplayer map on Hoth that will support the bigger game modes. And as far as I know, that's going to be for free, and it's going to include Walker Assault, Supremacy, and the new Jakku game mode Turning Point, which is great to see that on other maps. And in February, all maps that support Supremacy and Walker Assault will also be getting Turning Point versions, and that's fantastic to hear because Turning Point itself is actually a really fun and interesting game mode. After that, in March, we'll be getting a brand new multiplayer map on Endor. I'm not sure I can handle any more HD foliage, but I'm sure I'll give it a good go. DICE also released the theme and names of the new DLCs and what you can expect from the Season Pass. So now we've got a much clearer view of what we can expect with future DLCs. If you have or buy the Season Pass, you'll get new maps, modes, heroes, weapons, and all the usual stuff you normally expect. But we also now know what the themes of the full DLCs will be. The first DLC will be called Outer Rim, and that's going to be available in March this year, and there we'll be playing around the factories of Sullust, and even cooler, we'll be fighting within Jabba's palace on Tatooine. Now that's going to be pretty awesome, but believe it or not, it gets even cooler than that. The next DLC will be in the summer, and it's called Bespin. This will be set in the Cloud City of the same name, and well, can you imagine how amazing that could look in the Frostbite engine? Endor looked incredible, but I'm pretty excited to see how those maps end up looking without that backdrop. Not really sure how they're going to do Walker Assault though, because as far as I know, it's like a cloud city and like a gas planet. Could be wrong with that, but that'll be interesting to see. After that, now brace yourselves. Death Star. Yes, the DLC in the fall this year is called Death Star, and as the name would suggest, we're going to get to play in one of the most iconic and probably coolest looking locations in the Star Wars universe. The fall can't come fast enough, to be honest. The little kid in me just wants to roleplay as Darth Vader, running through the Death Star slaughtering rebels, just saying. And as for the last DLC, well, it hasn't actually been named yet, and DICE aren't quite ready to give out details on that one just yet, and it won't be arriving until early 2017. That seems like a very long way away, so actually it's after we expect the new Battlefield game to be released, which is pretty interesting. All told, I think it's a good path of content, and that's not including a load of free content that they're going to throw our way, and it's good to share their entire plan so people know exactly what to expect. I know a lot of people in the community have been waiting ages to get an update from DICE, but now finally we know what's coming up. So what are your thoughts on the new shared content? Good, bad? Let me know. Could they make anything better than that? We'll see. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching the video. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, a thumbs down if you didn't, and I'll see you in the next one.